Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that of the valence electron and valency. Then we had discussed that what is a valence electron. So valence electron is what, student? That is the electrons which is present in the outermost shell. That is known as the valence electron. Or we can say the last shell in which the electron enter, that is known as the valence electrons. So before that, student, we had discussed about that of the valence shell. In a valence shell, we discussed that the electron, the last electron enters into a last shell, and that is known as the valence shell. Now you see here, we had discussed that if suppose potassium is there and potassium is 90. Okay, so its atomic number is 90. So when we divide it by its electronic configuration, then we get the 2, 8, 8, 1. So you see here, students, this is 90, 2, 8, 8, 1 is the electronic configuration. So the last electron, that is 1, enter into a shell, and that shell is known as a valence shell. So we said that this shell is known as a valence shell, right? And the electron which enter into that of the valence shell is known as a valence electron. Okay, so valence shell is there and valence electron is there. So like that, student, we have discussed a lot about that of the valence shell and valence electron. Now we will discuss about that of the valency. What is a valency, student? Valency is the combining capacity of that particular element. Combining capacity of an element. So combining capacity of the element is known as a valency. Now you see here, combining capacity, it totally depends upon the valence electron. So when we were talking about that of the valence electron, student, we said that those elements which is having 1, 2, 3 as a valence electron, we consider them as a metal. Okay, so if any element is having the valence electron 1, 2 and 3, we said these belongs to metals. If the valence electron is 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, we use the term for it is non-metals. And if an element is there which is having the valence electron 8, so those who are having the 8 valence electron, it has been found that they are relatively stable and less reactive. What is the meaning of less reactive? It means that they are not going to combine with the other element. Okay, we can understand it like, students. Like if you see that of the Bohr and Bury scheme, Bohr and Bury, they said in the set of a rule, the third rule, that all the element must have a maximum 8 electron in it. It means all the element, their outermost shell must consisting of 8 electron, and this 8 electron, this completion of the 8 electron gives stability to it. So if an atom is there like that of an argon or that of a neon, you see here in their valence shell, these are having the outermost shell consisting of the 8 electron, and that is why these elements, they are more stable, they are stable and less reactive. It means their combining capacity to that of the other element is less. And if the combining capacity of a particular element is less or is 0, so what will be the valency? Valency will also be 0. So here these atoms, these elements in which they have completed their octet, they are having 8 electrons. electron in its outermost shell, their combining capacity with the other element is 0. Okay, and that is why the valency is 0. So it has been found that the elements which is having the 8 electrons in it, that their valency is 0, or they will have a 0 valency. Now all the atoms, because of this you can see they are more stable. So you said that every atom wants to be stable. Okay, and for gaining this stability, they must have the outermost shell, that is 8 electrons. They must complete their octet. Okay, and those who have completed their octet, they are stable. So if they want to gain stability, what they have to do? They have to combine with the other atom. Okay, and this combination of the other atom will define their valency. And how they will combine with the other atom, student? Either by losing the electron, either by gaining the electron, or by sharing the electron. So we can write all the atom, they combine with the other atom to complete their octet. Okay, so all the atom they will combine with they combine with the other atom to complete their octet, and this combination, so that they become stable. This combination with the other element with the other atom, with the other atom may occur either by losing the electron, gaining or sharing of the electron. So you see here, students, that all the atoms they want to attain stability, and for gaining stability their outermost shell must be completed. It means they must have an octet in their outermost shell. So we can say for gaining stability, they will combine with that of the other atom. And in this one, what happened? When they combine with the other atom, then maybe there is a loss of electron, or they gain electron, or there is a sharing of the electron. So all these things occur just because they want to gain stability. Now, what kind of stability if we talk, student? One more thing is there, students. Like either they will complete their octet or their duplet. How duplet? In case of a helium especially, you see the atomic number of a helium is 2. So how many electrons will be there in that of the K? That is 2. So this helium is stable because its electronic configuration is complete. So we can say that either it is have completed its duplet or octet. Okay, so all the atom wants to fill their outermost shell either octet or duplet. to octet or duplet to gain stability. Okay, so to gain stability, either they will complete their octet or duplet. Let me tell you students, there is only two electrons in two atoms in which the electrons are there up to cation. That one is the hydrogen and the second one is the helium. You see, hydrogen is having atomic number 1. So its electron will be present only in the one shell, and that is cation. The same thing happened with that of the helium students. Helium is having 2 electrons. Okay, so its shell which is there, that is only the K shell will be there, and these 2 electrons will be present in the K shell. The rest of the other, because you know that after 2 electrons, this is the K can accommodate only 2. So after 2 electron will start entering into that of the L shell. Okay, so we can say that this is only for the 2 atoms, that is the hydrogen and helium, in which the electron will present only in that of the K shell, whether it is 1, whether it is 2. Okay, so they want to gain stability either to complete their octet or their duplet so that they gain stability. Now on this basis we can define the valency. So you can see student, we said the combining capacity, we discussed about the octet and duplet. So how will you find the valency? Valency can be found on the basis of their valence electron. Whatever the electron will be present in the outermost shell will decide their valency, right? Because that much electron will be used or will be gained so that they will complete their octet. So we are defining the valency is the combining capacity, and that combining capacity of the elements so that they will complete their outermost shell with octet or duplet. So for that student we can define valency. That is, valency is equals to, if you see the valency of all the atom students up to, if we talk about the up to valence electron, if an atom is having the valence electron up to 4, valency will be 4. Okay, so if an atom is there which is having the valency 4, so if an atom is having valence electron up to 4, if any of the atom its valence electron is 1 to 4, then its valency will be also equals to 1 to 4. Okay, so if your valence electron is 1, the valency will be 1. If the valence electron is 4, valency will be 4. What happened after that? If a valence electron is more than 4, okay, so in that case student, if the valence electron is more than 4, then valency will be equals to 8 minus number of valence electron. So you see here students, if we want to find the valency, we have to see the valence electron. Okay, so valence electron is what? The electrons which is present in the outermost shell of the atom, that is known as the valence electron, or the electron which is present at the valence shell of the atom, that is known as the valence electron. Now if we have to find the valence electron up to 1 to 4, if it is 1 to 4, then the valency will be also 1 to 4. It means if an atom is having valency 2, the valence electron 2, so valency will be 2. If an atom is having valence electron 3 in the outermost shell, valency will be 3. But if the valence electron is more than 4, then how will we find the valency of that particular atom? So in that case where the valence electron is more than we will apply a formula that we will with the help of the 8, because 8 is what? That is the octet. Okay, so we will with the help of this formula, that is 8 minus number, whatever the number of valence electron, it will define the valency of that particular atom. Now we will understand with the help of the example, students. Like if boron is there, students, boron, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, atomic number is 5. So what will be the electronic configuration? Kn. How many electrons will be present in the K shell? 2. How many electrons will be present at the L shell? 3. Right? So you see this, students. 3 is there, valence electron is there, 3. So what we have discussed, valence electron up to 4, valency 1 to 4. 1 to 4, it means up to 4, or 1 to 4, valency will be the same. Up to 4, same valency. That will be equals to same valency as valence electron. Okay, if valency, the other case, students, so valence, if it is more than valence electron, more than 4, 8 minus number of valence electron. 8 minus number of valence electron. So you see here, students, in case of the boron, it is 2 and 3. So valence electron is 3. So valence electron 3, it means it will come up to 3. So valency will be 3. So we can say that the valency of that of the boron is 3, since the valence electron is 3. You can take another example, student, like in case of a magnesium, if you see. Magnesium 12. So its electronic configuration will be KLM. Okay. So 2, 8, 2. So you see the student. Here it was in the L shell, 3 was there, magnesium, M shell is there. But it really doesn't matter that which shell we are talking. Here we are simply seeing the outermost shell. In this case, L was the outermost shell. In this case, M is the outermost shell. So in the outermost shell, student, what is the number of valence electron? This is the valence shell, because this is the outermost shell. So the electron which is present in that of the valence cell will be the define the valence electron also. So here it will be valence electron will be 2. So if the valence electron is 2, so valency will be 2. Okay. But if you see, this is the case if we talk about the up to a valence electron 4. We can take another example also, like that of a carbon, students. So in case of a carbon is having atomic number 6. So if we divide the carbon into K, L, then you will see it will be 2 and 4. Okay, so 2 and 4 is there. So up to 4 we discussed, students. So the last shell is having the valence electron, that is 4. So valency will be 4. Okay, so up to 4, valency will be 4. Now what will happen if it is more than that, students? So in case of more than that, valence electron more than that of the 4, students. So you see here, if we take another example like that of a nitrogen. So nitrogen, that is 7. So its electronic configuration will be K, Okay, so what will be the number of valence electron? Division, you can see 2 electrons will be there in the K shell and the rest of the 5 electrons will be present in the L shell. Okay, so 2 and L is there, students. So you see here now. Now the valence electron is more than that of the 4. So if it is more than that of the 4, so we will apply this formula and here it will become 8 minus 5. Minus 5 what is what students? It is the number of valence electron. So number of valence electron is 5. So 8 minus 5, that will be equals to 3. So valency of that of the nitrogen will be 3. We can take another example. If suppose we will take a chlorine. So chlorine 17. Okay. So its outermost shell will be K, L, M. Again here there is no issue with that of the which shell we are talking, but it should be the outermost. Here up to L only, but this is the outermost shell. Electrons are the valence electron present in the valence shell. Here the electrons are present in the valence shell, that is the division. Let me show the division first. 2, 8 and 7. So in the outermost shell, how many electrons are there, student? That is 7. Okay, so it is more than that of the 4. So we can write it. Valency will be equals to 8 minus number of valence electron, that is 7. So 8 minus 7, that will be equals to 1. So what will be the valency of that of the chlorine, student? 1. Okay, so likewise students, if an atom is there which is having the valence electron up to 4, its valency will be the same, that is the equals to that of the valence electron. But if an atom is there in which the valence electron is more than that of the 4, then we will apply that formula in which 8 minus number of valence electron, we will see the valence electron and we will subtract it with that of the 8. Okay. Now we will see the valency, students. So we will see that how valency vary with that as we move from left to right in the atom, in the element, especially in that of the periodic table. So you know that I told you many times to learn the atomic number up to 20. So we will here take up to 1, up to 10 to understand the valency. So hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, and neon. So this is from atomic number 1 to atomic number 10. What is the atomic number of hydrogen? 1. What is the atomic number of helium? 2. That of the lithium? 3. Beryllium? 4. Boron? 5. Carbon? 6. Nitrogen 7, oxygen 8, fluorine 9, neon 10. Okay, so we have taken an example from atomic number 1 to atomic number 10 to understand the variation that occur in the valency when you move left to right in that of a periodic table. So you see here, student, since the atomic number of this hydrogen is 1, so what will be the electronic configuration? So here I am not mentioning that of the KLM, simply I am writing the electronic configuration. With the help of that you can understand. So its electronic configuration will be K1. Okay, what happened here? It will be K2. So valence electron, here it is 1, here it is 2. What happened here? It will be KL2, 1. So we can simply write it, the electronic configuration of the lithium is 2, 1. So you will understand it that if it is talking about 2, 1, it means 2 electrons will be present in the K shell and 1 electron will be present in the L shell. Beryllium, Kl, 2. Boron, 2, 3. Carbon, 2, 4. Nitrogen, 2, 5. Oxygen, 2, 6. Fluorine, 2, 7. Neon, 2, Okay, so you see here student, this is the electronic configuration of it. If it is written 2, 3, don't get confused. Again I am telling you 2, 3, it means the first 2 electrons enter into the K shell, next electron will enter into the L shell. Okay, so you can write here like this also, 2, 1 and 2, 2. 2, 1 and 2, 2. So this is the electronic configuration of that of the 1 to 10. Okay, atomic number of 1 to 10 element. Now see here student, with the help of this, how can you find the number of how can you find the valency students? So these are the valence electron. Valence electron in case of a hydrogen is, in case of a hydrogen, here I am writing the valency. So with the help of the valence electron only you are knowing that you can find the valency. So what is the valency in case of a hydrogen student? 1 is there. So it is less than that of the 4, and if it is less than that of the 4, valency will be equals to the valence electron. So here it will be equals to 1. In case of a helium, the valence electron is 2, so valency will be also equals to 2. In case of a lithium students, you can see the valence electron is 1 because this is already fulfilled. K shell is already full. There is a problem with that of the lithium only. So lithium is having the 1 valence electron in the L shell. So valency will be 1. Again you can see here students, in case of that of the beryllium, so valency it will be 2. Okay, in case of, one second students, one more thing is there student, I am so sorry for that, but you see here, in case of a helium, I said it is 2, but actually helium completed is duplet. Okay, so its octet is completed. Why is it so? Because in the K shell it can accommodate only 2 electrons. So its outermost shell is the K shell and outermost shell is already completed. And if it is already completed, then there is no need of the further electron. So what will be the valency of a helium is 0. I am so sorry for that. Helium is not having it is having the 2 electrons. Yes, it is having the 2 electron which is less. But you can see here the valence electron, valence shell is the K shell in case of a helium. And the electron which is present in that of the helium is 2, so it already had completed the K shell. And if already the K shell is completed, if it is already fulfilled, so it will not going to combine with the other element and hence its valency will be 0. Now if we see the other cases students, we continue with that. Boron is having the 3 valence electron. So L shell can accommodate 8 electrons. So here we can say that it is having 3, 1. So we will write the valency, that is 3. In case of a carbon, valency will be 4. So up to 1 to 4 students, in which we have included the hydrogen and helium also. Hydrogen in the K shell, you can see 1 electron is there, but you know that K shell can accommodate 2 electrons in it, and that is why it needs 1 more electron to complete its duplet. Okay, so it can accommodate 2 electrons. K shell should complete its duplets. That's why hydrogen is having 1 valency. But here helium is having 0 valency because its duplet is already completed. So there is no need of a further combining with the other atom to complete its duplet. Okay, so it's already completed. If it is completed, the valency will be 0. Now up to 4 student, 1 to 4, the valence electron will determine the valency. But after 4, if it is more than that of the 4 in case of a valence electron, then we will subtract it with that of the 8. So here you can see it will be 8 minus, what is the valence electron here student? That is 5. So 8 minus 5, that will be equals to 3. Okay, so what will be the valency here? Valency will be 3. Okay, now here in case of this 8 minus 6. Okay, so if it is 8 minus 6 students, so what will be the valency? Valency will be equals to So what will be the valency? It is more than that of the 4. That is why we are subtracting it with 8. Valency will be 1. And if it is 8 minus 8, so what will be the valency, student? Now 8 minus 8 will be 0. So we will write here it will be 0 valency. Okay. So you can see here, students, when we have started with that of the lithium, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, then 3, 2, 1, 0. So at first the valency will increase up to 4, then it starts decreasing up to 0. In case of a hydrogen helium, student, I told you that since the electron does not enter into the L shell, so there is no need of filling up that of the L shell. K shell is there, and K shell, if it is already duplet, if it is already having 2 electrons, then it is fulfilled and it is stable, and that is why helium atom is a stable atom. Stable. While in case of a hydrogen, it is having only atomic number 1, so it needs 1 more electrons to complete its duplet, and that is why its valency is 1. Okay.